if I feel a little scared to say it, I'm definitely still going to put it out and sing it.
You probably know I'm going to say what the line is.
Exactly.
Is it, I bet even Jesus thinks you're a bitch?
Yeah, period.
That was just, I mean, when you wrote that, were you like, can we say this? Or did you, again, just go for it?
I usually just write things and I'm like, it. Like, I don't really care. The stuff that comes later, you're like, oh, should I have said that? But I kind of feel like, I think like if people were going to describe my songwriting style, it would be like kind of saying the things without a filter. It is kind of a mean song, but I know that everyone is mean in their head sometimes, so.
Hi, I'm Ben Earl, and this is the podcast where I get to know country stars through the places that have made them who they are. Because I think in a way that we are everywhere we've ever been. The places we go, they lead to the people we know, and that all comes out in our music. So if you love country music, if you're curious about the world, and if you want to hear the best storytellers telling their stories in their own words, stick around. You're definitely going to want to hear this. This is Country Roads. I'm very excited to welcome to Country Roads an artist that your album I have been loving, Carter Faith.
Hello.
Welcome to Country Roads.
Thank you for having me.
Carter Faith Jones, I found out.
Yes,
your
that's my last name.
Full name.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go for Faith Jones at one point? Were you thinking about that? Was that?
No,
Never.
actually, that would have been cool. I feel like, every name in my name has like a country vibe to it. So, like George Jones, I guess.
I'm not suggesting you change it.
Yeah.
It sounds great. You're currently over here in London touring with Tucker Wetmore.
Yes.
You've been on the road for, is it nearly 4 weeks now?
Yeah. Oh my God. 4 weeks. When they said you're gone a month, that felt shorter to me than when they said 4 weeks. And then someone was like, a 12th of your year, you'll be gone. I was like, oh my God. But it's been worth it for
This
sure.
The longest tour you've ever done?
Yeah.
Wow.
All in, I've done longer ones where you come home and stuff, but this is the longest time I've been away.
It's funny,
For
I
sure.
had Midland on the podcast a while back. I can see it in an artist's eyes when it's like, I know you're excited to be alive. You're playing amazing shows. You're excited for the shows tonight. But also it's like, I can see that
Yeah.
I've been on a bus
Yes.
for
It's
4 weeks.
It's not like conducive to healthy living at all.
But how have the shows been with Tucker Wetmore? Must be amazing playing to this crowd.
They're great. I mean, his show is so high energy, and I feel like his fans are just excited to be there, probably also because he hasn't been over here, to my knowledge, this long doing headline shows. So they're excited to see him for the first time, maybe. And you can just like kind of feel the energy in the room. Like they're excited that people from Nashville are here, and I'm grateful for that.
He is hilarious as well.
Yeah,
on
he's
TikTok.
great.
I saw a video of him eating like a steak or something, and that was like,
Yes.
that was the whole TikTok.
I feel like all he eats is steak.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Have you been hanging out much?
Yeah, I mean, he's my label mate. So I see him at so many events, and we're the same age. So we have like a little, I see you, you see me thing. So yeah, it's been great. And his band and crew is so fun, so nice. They all love each other. They've been gone a whole other month before this.
Oh, wow.
And they're still like nice to each other. So it's crazy to see.
Is there anything you've taken with you to make you feel a bit sort of, settled and calm on the road? Anything you had to bring with you?
I always bring my Kindle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a big reader, and I was like, I'm gonna go through so many books, I can't bring them all. Like, you gotta consolidate your things.
What are you reading at the moment? What are you
I'm not reading anything intelligent, that's for sure, ever. But I love the Frida McFadden books.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. She did The Housemaid. They made a movie about it.
Oh, well, yeah.
But they're just like mystery books that have crazy twists and are easy to read, which is nice for me because I like to read before I go to bed.
So when you come off stage, is that your sort of decompressing thing? Do you read?
Yeah, super exciting. Super
Wow.
rock star, yeah.
You're not partying at all?
I love to drink, and I think the misconception is, though, that people party after your show, but you have to, like, load out, and the work is kind of, like, not done when
Are you doing that
come off
yourself? Are you
stage.
loading out?
No, I I let the men do it, for sure.
You have to watch them load out, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, guys, that looks so hard. I load out my one guitar.
Yeah. The thing is, though, in fairness, if you trip or you hurt yourself, there's no show. So
Totally.
You're not diva or anything.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
On my headline tour in America that we just did, I would like go off stage and go sit on my bus by myself because they all have to load out. So I would like take my makeup off and read, and then they all come on, and then we'll party a little bit and then go to bed. You got to be up for the next show.
What's your drink of choice post-show?
I'm a big wine girl. I love
Okay.
Sauvignon Blanc, and if I'm drinking liquor, I'll drink tequila.
Nice. So normally we kind of go in chronological order. We'd start, where you sort of grew up and etc. But I really want to jump straight in to your debut album,
Cool.
Cherry Valley.
Yes.
Congratulations. You've just been nominated for an ACM, Academy of Country Music Award for Album of the Year.
Crazy.
The only female in the category as well. And I think for me, it's even more amazing that you haven't had a huge radio hit yet.
No.
You've had some big songs, but not a massive, which is in the US quite a big thing. So
Yeah, for sure.
there's so much I want to ask you. Firstly, when did you find out?
I found out we were in Cologne, Germany.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
About to sound check. And something I always thought was that they would like call you or something to tell you, but I just got tagged in a tweet.
No.
Yes. And like,
Were you like, is this for real? Were you like,
yes, it was because it's, mentioned on X or whatever it's called now. And it was like Album of the Year by ACMs. And I was like, what? Because there are kind of, I haven't gone to radio yet. And usually that's how it works. Like, that's just a level. And I put ACMs and like all the award shows on the same level that like, once you go to radio, you can be eligible for all that. So I was not expecting that at all. Like at all.
Who was the first person you called when you found out it was real?
My parents. And they were freaking out. I mean, it's just a really emotional thing for me. I could get emotional talking about it now because I've watched it since I was like 8 years old on the couch with my parents. And I got to go last year for the first time. And just to watch it in real life was cool even, and be there. I was like, oh my God. I was sending videos to my grandma, like, I'm at the ACMs. So it's going to be cool to be there and have a reason to be there. Like, you go on the red carpet and you don't have to tell them your name or like move out of the way for Jelly Roll to do his interview. You like have a reason to be there. So
you planned what you're going to wear yet?
Not fully yet. My best friend is my stylist, and she's been like pulling things as I've been gone and sending me pictures, but I'll have like a big, dress up day when I get home to find out. We'll see.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah. It feels like if I win, I think it'll be a testament to like making art that you believe in and that maybe doesn't sound like anything else and not really giving a damn.
I was going to ask about that. We'll get into the actual sound of the record because I said to you off air, like, I listened this morning when I was running, and it's so amazing to me. It sort of swings and turns. You've got so many key changes.
Yeah, I love
for
a key
a country
change.
record. That's just unheard of. Like, I was listening to the first song, Cherry Valley, and suddenly it just changes, and I was like, "What? You can't do that."
I don't think I even knew that was a key change when I was writing it, and then when I was trying to like show the musicians how I played it on guitar, which was like 3 chords, they were like, "That's a key change." I was like, "Oh, cool, I did that."
But that's great because it means it's so instinctive, I guess, for you, what you're doing. You're not thinking about it, you're just kind of doing. And even the title of the album, Cherry Valley, because it's kind of a real place, but also a fictional place, isn't it?
Yeah, I like drove past this real place called Cherry Valley, and I just liked the name of it. And I was going to write some songs, driving through the hills of Tennessee, and I was like at a really inspired time, and I wrote it down, and then I wrote a song called that, and then I just kind of created, like, I guess, this fantasy world in my head where I wanted all these songs to live. And I just like to do, like, things extra a little bit. Like, I like to commit to the bit. And I wanted an album that felt like a movie, kind of.
It does, yeah.
Yeah,
it does.
like, that was kind of my goal. So I didn't want to just be, like, Carter Faith debut album. I wanted it to, like, be thick enough you could, like, sink your teeth into it, maybe.
I mean, it is so cinematic.
Thank you.
Like that opening song.
Yeah.
You have the strings that come in, it sort of sets up the tone for the whole record. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. Did you know the history of Cherry Valley, the actual places, or did you look it up?
No.
There was a massive.
Did you look it up?
Yeah, I did. I thought I wanted to know the actual place, but there was a
Yeah.
massive massacre there.
No way.
Yeah, for the Revolutionary War. Yeah, the American Revolutionary War, which I didn't know.
Whoa.
But I know if you look it up, it's a big,
Wow.
big thing. Yeah.
That kind of feels on brand a little bit.
Well, I think it's kind of interesting that there is a massive history to that place.
Yeah.
And you were just drawn to it.
For sure.
Yeah, but after this, have a look. You'll see there was a
That's
huge.
so interesting. Thank
huge
you for
battle
telling me
there.
that. Yeah, I feel like I'm not going to say I can like talk to spirits or anything, but I do feel like my gut feeling is usually right, and I can like manifest things that are so bizarre. Like the Billy Bob Thornton thing. I was like, I manifested that. I don't know how that happened. So I'm definitely like go where I feel led, which is, I guess, maybe because of that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, you said about trusting your instincts as well with, the sound of the record. And, you've spoken quite a lot about how you have almost two different personas. Like on stage, you feel quite nervous and, you don't feel that confident all the time. Is the nomination, how did you really feel? Was it like a validation, like I was right? Or did you, because that can be almost more pressure in a weird way. How did it feel when you got the nomination in terms of your nerves and your confidence?
I feel like there was two feelings about it. When I called Topher about it, I was like, we were right. Like, this was special. Because when you're making it, or when we were making it, we thought it was really special. And like, I don't want to make it sound so weighty, but I felt like no one had done it before.
Okay, yeah.
And so like to get that nomination, I feel like that was why, because we kind of like took a chance and did something bold, and it made me feel validated. And then the other side of it was like, well, if I'm nominated for this, it can't be that big of a deal. But then I saw like videos of Parker reacting, and he was like, this is like a very big deal to me. And then I was like, oh my God, is this a big deal? Like, album of the year, that's a huge award. So it was both things. I think I'm at this weird part of my career where I feel like I'm doing it and it's a career, but again, I haven't had like a huge radio hit or anything that would like solidify the rest of my career. Like, I'm just creating stuff and working, and so it felt like just another thing where I could be like, yeah, I'm doing this.
It's amazing to me to think also, because you played in the Song Suffragettes very early on, that round, which was a response, not your thing, but the Song Suffragettes itself was a response to women not being played a lot on country radio.
Yeah.
And I feel like, again, being nominated is a big, and the fact you haven't been on country radio yet is a massive show of how far we've come in country.
I think so, yeah.
However many years it's been, which I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Just in terms of the actual record itself, I had to pick out Grudge.
Yeah.
There's a line in that song, which you probably know I'm going to say what the line is.
Exactly.
Is it, I bet even Jesus thinks you're a bitch?
Yeah, period.
That was just, I mean, when you wrote that, were you like, can we say this? Or do you, again, just go for it?
I usually just write things and I'm like, fuck it. Like, I don't really care. The stuff that comes later, you're like, oh, should I have said that? But I kind of feel like my like songwriting style, even in like a sad dramatic song, I think like if people were going to describe my songwriting style, it would be like kind of saying the things without a filter. And so I'm always, if I feel a little scared to say it, I'm definitely still going to put it out and sing it.
And it's great because you can tell it's real. And it's also, that song particularly, like you could come across as mean in it,
For
and
sure.
a bit catty, but for some reason you don't. I don't know what it is. I was running this morning, I said to you before we came on, I genuinely laughed at that. I must have looked crazy. I heard that line, I went, I just like couldn't stop laughing. It was so funny. But I love it how you move from this cinematic kind of sound in the record to some quite straight up sort of country sound in a way. Sex, Drugs and Country Music is the second track on the record. I mean, again, the stuff you're talking about in that song, like tying a cherry knot, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, what was there ever any kind of, I wouldn't say pushback, but were the label ever like, this is a bit close to the bone?
Not to me.
Okay, good.
I mean, I think I'm pretty confident in my decisions. So I think if someone was going to bring it up to me, they would have to have like a lot of reasons to convince me. And they probably know that. I'm sure there were conversations internally like, what are we going to do with this girl? But I think at the same time, I'm grateful that they clearly at the end of the day, like, believe in me and supported me. And they probably didn't know what was going to happen with the album, but I feel like it's proven itself that it was at least necessary to some people, you know? They could listen to it and feel seen. Like Grudge, like you're saying, it is kind of a mean song, but I know that everyone is mean in their head sometimes. So I think that's why people liked it. Felt like maybe a breath of fresh air in the country scene where even though women are dominating, I feel like, I'm sure, I guess they still feel like you have to kind of censor yourself a little bit to maybe dominate. And I just like, I'm cool if I never, if I stay like this and I don't have the number one song in the whole world, like, you have to be the artist you are. And that's why, like, women are being successful right now in country, because I feel like they've had to learn to do that and had to write better songs than maybe some men to get to their level, maybe. As a woman, you kind of have to build, like, a dynasty, not just a castle. Like, and I think, like, not ragging on men, but they haven't had to do it. Like, they haven't had to build something to prove themselves all the time. So that's something.
I'm just fascinated because you're so confident in your ability, your songwriting, your belief of who you are as an artist.
Yeah.
And yet I'm trying to work out where the insecurity comes from when you say that
Totally.
being on stage.
I haven't had this feeling of, like, confidence in my music until I did my headline tour. And I literally told my agent, I was like, please don't drop me if we sell like 10 tickets. Like, I don't know how this is going to go. And we sold it all out. And so, like, that's something I can't deny. And then they sang every word of every song, not just like Bar Star and Grudge. So that gave me some confidence. But yeah, I think whether I knew it or not, I didn't really move to Nashville to be an artist. I kind of moved there to write songs. And so it feels like I almost like fell into this a little randomly, and I don't maybe have artist personality all the time. Like, I'm not like dying to get on stage. I'd rather like sit in my room by myself and write a song. So I feel like a little out of place as an artist sometimes. But as I play these shows and connect with people, it feels like the best feeling I've ever had. So
it's so funny. You really remind me of Miranda Lambert, but just in what you said, because I remember seeing her at Country to Country, and you know, for me, House That Built Me is one of my favourite songs of all time.
So beautiful.
Just love it. I wrote with Tom Douglas once as well. I just couldn't stop talking about that song. The session went really badly because I was just like, I love that song, I love that song. But Miranda came on stage at Country to Country a few years ago, and she played a couple of songs, didn't say anything, 3 or 4 songs, and then she went, London, I'm really sorry, I'm just a bit nervous.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're Miranda Lambert.
Yeah.
How can you be nervous?
That's crazy to think about.
But I think I don't know her at all, but I think she's similar. She seems to just love the music and the songs, and everything else is kind of everything else.
Totally.
To me, I'm just...
It's the means to an end, I guess. Yeah. It's super interesting.
Let's get to your story, though. Your hometown first. We'll go back now to the young Carter Faith band. Davidson, North Carolina.
Yes.
I had looked up. It looks stunning.
It's very quaint. It kind of looks like a little storybook small town for sure.
So what was growing up for you like there in the Jones household? You got 2 siblings, is that right?
I do. I'm the middle child, which checks out. I have a younger brother and an older sister. And yeah, I was born and raised there in Davidson. And I loved living there. I mean, all my friends were like a street over, 5 minutes drive. And I was there my whole life until I moved to Nashville. There's like a little main street there. That's it. And you go to all, like, there's a restaurant, a bookstore, a coffee shop, like, those are your places, and it felt really comfortable. But I do remember, like, even when I was maybe 10 years old, I was like, I'm not going to be here forever. Like, I'm going to get out of here. And that's so interesting to look back on, because I look back on where I was from, and I loved it, but at the same time, I was like, this ain't it for me, you know? So it was very interesting. I didn't have, like, there wasn't, like, a music community that I was a part of or anything. I kind of just figured it out myself.
But there was music in your family, is that right? Because your grandmother was a cruise ship singer?
My grandmother was a cruise ship singer, yeah.
So is that, think back to your album as well, that kind of quite performance, that cinematic thing. And was that part of your influences, or what kind of inspired you musically as
I
a
think
kid?
maybe like in my DNA for sure. She like would sing. I never got to see the show, but she would sing Memories by Cats and like put the
Okay.
makeup on stage, which is very, showgirl-esque. And then my family loved music. My dad really loves music, like loves concerts. And my grandpa always had like a cassette collection. I mean, we'd go to church, you sing in church, and it felt like just kind of second nature. But I remember seeing the Teardrops on My Guitar music video by Taylor Swift, because we'd always have the CMT music video countdown on the weekend, and just being like, I need a guitar. I think I need that. And I don't know, something happened in me. I feel like even moving to Nashville was kind of a weirdly spontaneous decision for me, and I'm not a spontaneous person. So I do feel like some type of spirit was kind of like leading me, maybe.
So what were you listening to though? Because I've seen
Mm-hmm.
on the sheet I was given that Tammy Wynette, Patsy
Yeah.
Cline, all those. But what were you really listening to? Was it that kind? I said to Taylor Swift as well.
I was listening to Taylor Swift. I remember, I guess, yeah, I had like a boombox where you put the CD on the top and you can listen to the radio. And I remember I went to Target before school and got the red CD the day it came out. So I definitely was listening to Taylor Swift. Kelsey Ballerini I really loved. And then Casey Musgraves I always loved. Miranda Lambert was I definitely listened to women.
Yeah.
Like I connected to the women on the radio. And then as I got older and I had like Tumblr, it was like all Lana Del Rey, Halsey, Lorde.
Oh, okay.
I feel like on Tumblr a lot of like older music was popular. Like that's how I found Fleetwood Mac and The Doors.
Yeah, amazing.
The Beach Boys, like random bands like that a 13-year-old should not know about, but that's what I listen to.
So it's really eclectic, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
there's a big range, and I feel like again in your music you can kind of hear that because it does jump, like I said, like Cherry
For
Valley, going to sex, drugs, and country music. That's a big,
Yeah.
it's quite a big,
Yeah.
a big jump sound wise. But that kind of
For
makes
sure.
sense now. The stuff you were listening to. You didn't perform much as a kid though, but you were singing back in the back of the car.
Yeah, I would sing in
Your
the back
parents
of a
found you?
car. I didn't really realize all the time I was doing harmonies, but
Oh,
I look
wow.
back and I'm like, that's why, yeah, like that's kind of how I learned to sing harmonies. I think like my parents could tell I could sing. And so, you do like piano lessons or guitar lessons, and I would always be the person who like sang with it, but I hated that shit. I was like, I do not want to go to the recital, but they would push me to do that. And if there was a talent show at school, like my friends would sign me up and make me do it. And I always like felt good afterwards, but it was like the adrenaline of going up a roller coaster before the drop. That's how it still feels for me.
But when you get on stage, does it go though?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It
that's
does.
normal. That's normal.
Yeah, so it's something I've like learned how to deal with for sure because it's worth it. But I think probably what helped me too was when I turned 16, I started playing these like 4-hour cover gigs at the bar in our town. And
What's the bar called?
it was called Old Town Public House.
Okay, that's pretty on the nose. Isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. They just closed it down. I was like,
Oh,
wait,
no.
you could have waited till I was richer and then I could have bought it. But yeah, there was like usually no one in there besides maybe my dad. And I would just play for 4 hours and not care about who was listening or be embarrassed that there was no one there. I think that really changed things for me too. So yeah, I don't know. Performing has been a love-hate for me for a long time, but I think I'm learning that I'm good at it, and I get something out of it too, and obviously a crowd gets something out of it. That's why you do it.
What's your first ever show you can remember?
Oh my God.
Because you did those 4-hour shows, but I know you did the national anthem as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
duh.
never do that again.
Why did it go badly? Or?
I just like that's so nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't want to like offend the whole country, you know. I can't handle that pressure. But my first show I ever did, there was a little like music collective thing or like what's it called? Where you do like plays and stuff as a kid.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
show choir maybe.
Okay.
And they had a recital and I sang this I sang God Help the Outcast from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I like had a whole outfit on. That's what I think that was my first one.
Wow. How old were you then?
I was probably 10.
Wow. Can you still see it?
Yes.
Wow.
Because I had like a cloak on. Always was very like, the outfit has to fit the song, you know?
You weren't the Hunchback, I think it was named.
No. It was Esmeralda. Is that her name? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know why I picked that song, but it was emotional to me at 10 years old.
I'm just like such a great image. I love that. With AI now, we could probably recreate that as well.
Totally.
If we want to. There's a song, an early song you've got called Small Town Sinners.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just wondering when you wrote that, because is that kind of your idea of that small town life? You grew up, that sort of double standard thing in those places.
Totally. I wrote that when I was in college, and I look back on that and I was like, damn, I was so bold. Because I don't know if I would put that out now. I hope I would, but it's such a different time in my career. Like, I might be a little more scared. But yeah, I think at that time in my life, I had just left my hometown, and like any teenager leaving their hometown, you're like, screw that place. Like, I don't like it. And my whole opinion on that has changed. I look back with fondness now for sure, because it was a great childhood and great time. But I definitely think small town America, I don't know how it is over here, but kind of reflects like the country music industry for sure. And I was seeing that maybe comparison and getting pissed off about it and had to write it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm always so jealous because all our place names never sound that good in the UK.
Oh, that's
so like,
funny.
Even Davidson sounds great. I came out of Davidson. It's like, whereas here we're like, I came out of Skegness. It just doesn't sound as good. So I'm always very jealous.
That's hilarious.
This is really, the story gets really interesting for me though. When you're 16,
Mm-hmm.
you write your first song at 16.
Yeah.
Is that right? But then you play at the Bluebird Cafe when you're 16.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
I played the 2 songs I had written.
How did you get to the Bluebird?
My
16.
parents, we went to Nashville for a spring break trip. At this time, like in America, you start looking at colleges really early. And I was like, I'm not going. Like, there's nothing I want to do for college. And I know.
It's so middle child. I love it.
Totally. I think, I apologize to my parents for having to raise me a lot, but they were like the first people that ever believed in me. And sometimes I would just sing in my room and I was embarrassed if people heard me. So they did not let up. And my dad was like, well, we should go to Nashville for spring break and you can look at colleges there because there's a big music town. I know you love music, like dad trying to connect with his daughter. And I was like, sure, but whatever. I did it like tours of the colleges. I was like, no. But he was like, well, we could go to the Bluebird. And I was like, well, Taylor Swift played at the Bluebird. So I would love to do that. And it was, I think they still have it, the open mic thing where you call in, and if you call in quick enough, you get to sing at the open mic at the Bluebird. And yeah, I played the 2 songs I had written. And I remember I was standing outside and there was an artist named Josiah Siska out there in line, who is an artist in Nashville now too. So just a cute memory. Weird. Yeah, you're bringing up things I forgot about.
Well, how did you feel? Because I played the Bluebird.
Yeah.
I played it obviously in the round, and it's just, I think people who haven't been, they just can't appreciate how small it is.
It's so small.
You're there and someone's literally over your shoulder.
Yes.
Like genuine, a member of the audience. Like, how did it feel? You're on the same stage, inverted commas, as Taylor Swift.
For sure.
16. Were you too young to realise how big a deal it was? Or?
I don't think so, because I loved her story so much, and like even she was like a big reason I picked up a guitar, so I felt really close to it. And I don't think I had ever played one of my songs for anyone, and so it felt like a big deal for sure. And also at that time I was like looking up other places because I was like, I got this high from it. And we went to Douglas Corner, which, do you remember that place? Oh, they closed it. It was on 8th Avenue, but that was another like famous open mic spot.
Okay.
Yeah, I like got this maybe itch to like play my own songs live more than a cover, which is so weird. There's a lot of like, I'm a Gemini, And I feel like I can tell that a lot. Like, there's two sides to me and all of my thoughts and feelings.
So you get to Nashville when you're 18. You decide you're actually going to go to, there's one college you would like to go to.
Yeah.
Or you'll do with.
It's a means to an end. Yeah, again.
We had quite a few Belmont people on the podcast. And I think I read that you didn't realize that you could do a songwriting sort of course, a degree kind of thing.
For sure.
What was it like that first year at Belmont? Obviously, you've come from quite a small town, about 6.5 hours up the road. What's it like when you get there and suddenly, like, you're a very small fish in a very big pond?
For sure.
What did that feel like?
It was scary. I think it was hard for me. I wanted to leave so bad my whole life, and then I got there and I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I knew the same people my whole life, same area, so it was scary. I always say, like, Nashville felt like New York City to me. Like, it felt like a big deal. And yeah, you're at Belmont, you're right next to 16th Avenue where all the publishers are. I would drive down it every day being like, I can do this. Like, this is where I'm trying to head. And you go in your songwriting classes and you meet all these other kids who are good and who want to do it. But you look at the percentage of people who make it, and it's just like a mind twister. But I realized pretty quickly when I got there that I had to figure out how to write with people in town who had publishing deals. Like, if I wasn't going to be the best songwriter, I needed connections. And so that was like my MO. I would maybe skip class sometimes and go write with people because they had to start at 11 and I had class. So that was my thing. And I think it worked out for me. I got a publishing deal around the same time I graduated.
And who are your kind of first early supporters? Who did you write with in those early days?
I mean, Liz Rose wrote with me. I emailed her about a project in my songwriting class, and she answered me and wrote with me, which is crazy.
So people who don't know, Liz Rose co-wrote loads of the big Taylor Swift songs.
Yeah.
All Too Well being probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
And how's that? I mean, she's responding to your message, then writes with you. I mean,
It was so weird. I mean, it was on Zoom. It was around that time. And again, Taylor Swift fan. So I was like, what is happening right now? I had so many ideas prepared. I actually had, like, written full songs so that I could kind of, like, lie and be like, oh, I just came up with this line.
I've done that as well. I've done that. Yeah.
It's so...
You just want her name on it, kind of thing.
Exactly. I was like, can you just, like, edit this? Because I'm so scared to, like, actually write a song with you. And then, yeah, there was, like, people who would come into our songwriting class and listen to us, and I would ask to write with their writers after, instead of just being like, thanks for listening to us, I was just like, I'm going to do it. This is scary for me. If I fail, I'll be so mad at myself. If I don't try, I guess. The song Suffragettes thing was big for me. You, like, go and audition for that, and I had watched those YouTube videos for, like, years before I went to Nashville, so meeting Todd and Helena at the time was a big deal too. So I was just trying to, like, college is whatever, thanks Belmont, but I was like, I need to be part of Nashville, not just Belmont.
Yeah. Is that a thing for you then? Like, you said about your split personality Gemini thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it kind of, is a lot of your thing, I want to do this, I want to write with people.
Yeah.
And then it's like the sort of the realist kicks in, and it's like,
for sure,
you can't do that. You can't just go up to someone and say, I want to write with you.
Yeah.
And then you kind of psych yourself up to go, I'm doing that. That sounds
yes.
like, is that your process, kind of with that kind of stuff?
For sure. I mean, I remember I went to so many rounds at the listening room, because if you ask anyone, they're like, go to rounds and network. I would go with, like, songwriting friends. Sophia Hudock, shout out. She's in law school now, but she was there at the time with me, and we'd go. And I was like, because the songwriters hang out there talking to people after the show, and I was like, okay, this is networking, blah, blah, blah. The whole show, I'm not listening at all. I'm in my head like, is that weird if I go do that? Like, what do I say? So the social anxiety takes over a lot, but again, I was like, but I'm here. I'm not going back to my hometown. I am doing this, so definitely psych myself up to do things.
It's so, because I played around with my buddy Eric Pasley a while back, and there's
him.
Such a way of doing what you just described, because I literally came off stage, and this young songwriter artist, she just thrust her like sort of business card or CD or something in my face and went, my name's whatever, I'm in town for, I live here now and I want to write with you. I was like, okay. She's like,
okay.
genuinely, she said, are you free tomorrow? And I was like, no, I don't know anything
No.
about it. So you must be, you say that social anxiety, you must have a
Yeah.
good way with people and understand, how it works.
I think so, because you also hear, like everyone's like, yeah, we should write sometime. But it's like finding, how do I explain who I am enough to get you to actually want to write sometime with me?
Yeah.
And not be annoying or pushy. Because the hang is so important too, as you know, in a songwriting room. Like, you got to be chill, you got to be normal. Yeah, it's like a learning experience, but for some reason I think like my social anxiety helps with that, because I never come on too strong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think about something I said for days afterwards, like I shouldn't have said that. They haven't messaged me back.
For sure.
Yeah. I really want to get to Billy Bob Thornton, because you mentioned it earlier. I've interviewed Billy Bob as well.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
For Landman.
Wait, yes I do, because I saw a clip of this.
I was so nervous.
And then he's so sweet.
He's so nice.
Yeah.
So you write a song about him. You say you basically want someone like Billy Bob.
Yes.
So then how does that get from that song to you sort of meeting him and then him being in your video as well?
Yeah. So Dave Cobb, the producer songwriter, he also works at MCA now, and they're working on the Landman soundtrack. And Billy Bob is a songwriter and wanted to write some songs for it instead of just, getting pitched them for the soundtrack. And so Dave, I guess, sent my videos or my music to him. And I think I was covering a Bobby Gentry song. And he's such a Bobby Gentry fan, so like we connected on that. And he called me. It was no caller ID. I was like, hello, like, who is this? I was like, is this my ex-boyfriend? But yeah, we like tried to write on Zoom, and then that is just so hard.
The time delay as well.
Yes, it's terrible. And so he's like, what if you just came down to Texas to write with me? And so me and Jesse Joe Dillon went down there for a week, wrote with him and Mark Colley. And I don't know, just became like fast friends. And actually that's when I showed him the song I wrote about him. And he really liked it. He was like, this is like, oh, what is it?
Tim McGraw.
Yes.
For Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think he loved it. And then, yeah, we became friends. And I was like, what are the odds you would want to... Actually, this is what he did. He said, would you put Billy Bob Thornton out and let me be in the video? And I was like, no, but I'll put Barstar out and let you be in the video. And he was like, okay, whatever.
He does look so happy in that video.
Yes.
For people who are listening who haven't seen it, he looks so happy to be there. And that video doesn't really have a plot, does it?
No.
It's just him in the bar and
it's
you
just
singing.
Him. And he brought all the Landman cast to this bar, but legally none of them could be in the video. So they were all just there drinking at the open bar. And we all hung out after, and it was a crazy day.
With your social anxiety, though, like you said, like when you had that first trip down to Texas, like the first hour or two of Billy Bob, were you just second guessing yourself, or were you just, like you said, you're fast friends? Was it instant?
Yeah, I mean, me and Jesse landed at like 11 p.m. and texted him we were there, and he's like, "Oh, come over." For beers. And we were like, okay, we're doing this. And we went over and we were up till 4 a.m.
Wow.
He likes to stay up very late and just drinking beers and smoking cigarettes on his back porch. And I think that might have helped too. Like, he's just a hillbilly. He just wants to sit on the porch and smoke cigarettes and drink Michelob Ultra. So I was like, oh, you remind me of everyone I grew up with and my grandpa. Like, no offense, but he's 70 years old. So it was, and I do well with old people. I don't know why.
You're an old soul. I can tell you're an old soul.
Yeah.
Just by chatting to you, I can tell.
I feel like I don't have to try to be cool around old people.
It's just really cool that you can hang out with someone like that and you have that common ground. Because I read a quote that he said was something about waking up every day as an artist trying to do the thing you're remembered for.
Yes.
I thought it was just the most amazing quote I'd ever heard.
I know. It's like heartbreaking and so beautiful at the same time. But I think that's, like, do you relate to that? Because I really do. It's like, wow, even Billy Bob Thornton is waking up like, what am I going to do next? What am I going to be remembered for when I die? And we're all looking at him like this,
done it.
Yeah. But that's what keeps artists going, I guess. Like, I'm already thinking about my next album and making a better one,
Yeah.
So it's so interesting. Like, I would love to be a psychologist and study artists. I think that would be so all-encompassing. Like, there's so many things going on in those brains.
We've got some quick fire questions coming up before you go, Carter. Just one thing I'd love to ask you also is, what do you think your 15-year-old self would make of all
Oh
this?
my
Like sitting on the
God.
porch of Billy Bob, getting nominated for Album of the Year, playing London, what,
Wow, that is crazy to think about.
10 years ago?
Yeah, 10 years ago. Oh, God, don't remind me. I think she would be very shocked that I had the balls to do it and be like, oh my God, how, like, what happened that she, like, did it? And that's like, yeah, I could get emotional about that too. Because I was 15 years old. I was insecure. I knew, like, I wanted to do something special with my life. But at that age, you have no idea how to start or anything. So I think it would be cool for her that I just did it. I just started doing it, and then you get down this path and you keep doing it, So, but definitely the album of the year thing would be the biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing to sort of forward project or back project,
Yeah.
back forward project. Think, what would you think about that now?
Yeah.
If you knew.
I like that quote that's like, how blessed am I to be stressed about things I prayed for?
That's beautiful.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I've got a very selfish question myself as well. If you could only save one song from this album in a fire, I just want to see if it's the same song as me from,
Okay.
from your Cherry Valley. Which one would it be?
In a fire.
Doesn't have to be a fire, just one song.
In a flood.
Yeah.
I think Changed.
That's my one.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that is the song that I think is so timeless, and I will love that song forever. And it's kind of a sleeper deep cut maybe on the album. I just think it's beautiful.
I 100% agree.
It's
When you
just-
hit
yeah.
that word changed,
Mm-hmm.
I just went, oh. It's
So
just,
simple.
I don't know what it is. It's like, yeah, you're saying, I'll be forever changed. I'm
Yeah.
changed as a person for having loved you, which is just, yeah, gave me
Thank you.
goosebumps.
I'm glad that you like that song.
I got annoyed though, because I wish I'd have written it. Just finish off these quick fire questions we ask everyone. First, I just want to say thank you so much.
Thank
Your
you.
story's been awesome. I love hearing them. Quick fire ones. The place you like to escape to when you need to reset. Where'd you go?
Ooh, I go to South Carolina. I go to the beach in South Carolina.
Because we didn't say actually, because where you live, there is like a beach, mountain, and forest. It's like quite
Yeah.
got everything.
The Carolinas kind of have everything, so I miss it a lot. It's so beautiful. Nashville has a lake, or the river, not even a there's a lake there, but just not the same. I'm definitely a beach girl.
You surfing or?
Hell no. I'm sitting on the sand and I'm reading, and then I'll like go knee deep in the water sometimes. But yeah, as I get older, I'm more scared of the ocean. I'm
Really?
like, there's so much shit in there. I've got stung by too many jellyfishes, but yeah, love the ocean.
I tried surfing for the first time.
How
last
was
year.
it?
Do you know what? It's going to sound really like, I don't know what the word is, just on me. It was amazing. Because you have to be in touch with nature, so you're waiting
Yeah.
for the wave, and you're just constantly looking behind you thinking, is this the one? Is this the one?
Oh my
And then
gosh.
and there was something really like freeing about it, because I'm like you, I
Yeah.
don't put words in your mouth, but I feel like you're a bit of a, not control freak in a bad way,
Oh,
but
I
you
am.
try to,
Yes.
and having to wait for this wave, I just found it the most liberating thing.
Wow, that sounds like something I would like.
It's horrible when you fall in the water, though. You get this
For
sort of
sure,
stuff
you're like,
on your
I
face.
started.
Yeah, but no, it's amazing. Honestly, I'd recommend it.
I feel like it would be freeing. Like riding a horse is so freeing, like super fast.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar.
That's cool. Should try it.
Yeah. Strangest place you've ever written a song?
I guess on a plane probably. Like I would go to the bathroom and record my a cappella melodies.
I've done exactly that
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, I've done that.
When you're up there, it's kind of like inspiring. I don't know.
I cry on planes.
Really? Every
Watching
time?
movies. Yeah, any movie.
My gosh.
What's the one Straight Outta Compton? I cried when his brother, spoiler alert,
Yes.
when his brother died, I
Yeah.
couldn't stop crying. I
Damn.
cried and cried and cried. And there's another movie, I've got dad issues.
Yeah.
Real Steel, do you know that?
I've never seen that.
It's a kid's film. Mark Wahlberg and the kid, and they have this boxing thing and with a robot,
Yeah.
and I just cried. I get really emotional on planes.
I don't know why I always watch A Star Is Born on the plane.
Oh, really? I can't watch it. I've never gone
Oh
to
my
watch
God.
it. Is it?
I've sobbed to that on the plane, like uncontrollably. Maybe it's the air pressure.
That's what I tell myself. It's
like-
just the pressure.
Yeah.
And just lastly, Carter, the place you feel most yourself.
I think probably my house in Nashville. I live with my two best friends in East Nashville, and our house is just, it kind of smells and looks like a Goodwill, like a thrift store. We have so much shit in there that we've just found together, And yeah, it's just like a really good energy house. I feel like it took me a while to find friends in Nashville and to feel at home there. And so it's the first place where I'm like, I live here. This is my home. And I actually want to come back to it when I'm off the road, and I want to see these people, and like probably our back porch there I love the most.
I love that. Carter Faye, thank you so much.
Thank you. This has been so fun.
Welcome back anytime, and have a great show tonight.
Thank you.